Hello everyone, my name is Lynn, and today I'm so excited to give you a short talk on weather. First, the speaker announced that day the sun was shining and it could be very warm, and finally he announced the warm weather continued the following day and no chance of rain. First, the speaker announced late that night they could expect showers, and finally he said that rain would clear by the following afternoon. First, the speaker announced, and there was a slight chance of rain that afternoon, and finally he announced possibly it could turn to snow by evening. First, the speaker announced that day was the hottest day on the record because the winds were very strong that day and it was not comfortable. And finally, he announced, and it was not a typical cold 40. First, the speaker announced at 2 o'clock that afternoon, the temperature at the airport was 21 degrees Celsius, and that was uncommonly warm for the time year. And finally, he announced no one had complained about that. First, the speaker said the clear skies that day would be welcome relief after the day before's thunder showers, even though it could be a bit warmer than the day before. The temperature would remain cool through that day. And finally, the speaker stressed watching out for more rain and colder temperatures the following day. However, no snow yet. First, the speaker stressed putting away those umbrellas because the clouds were finally gone, and he stressed going outside and enjoying the sunshine that day. And next, he said they had a full quicker sun ahead of them. And finally, they hoped the rain would not expect until after the weekend. First, the speaker announced all the local beaches were closed for the weekend because of the dangerous winds. And next, he said, in addition to the wind, the weather would remain cloudy on weekend, and the temperature would fall below freezing that day. And finally, he announced, and there was a slight chance of snow after the midnight. First, the speaker announced that day's high temperature was 75 degrees, and it was average for the time of year. And next, he said the record high for this day were 90 degrees, and the record low was 55 degrees. And after that, he announced what was not average was unusual amount of rain they had this fall. And finally, they said they were all happy to see that day's clear weather and hoped the sunshine continued all week. First, the speaker announced, and that were a rainy spring ever, and the record rainfall the week before was 5 inches. And next, here said the rain continued that day and through the rest of the week. And after that, he announced they could have a cloudy skies on weekend. However, he started not worrying about that. And finally, he said the summer sunshine and the clear skies were just around the corner.